Swadika, good morning and welcome to Newsline. I'm Hani Cholapansanarula. Thank you very much for joining us on this lovely Monday morning, July the 6th of 2015. And here are today's news in Thailand moves forward. In our first story, Prime Minister General Prayut Chan-o-cha has called on illegal fishing boat operators to comply with the laws and cooperate with all sectors in order to avoid damaging domestic seafood consumption and exports. General Prayut indicated that any halting of fishing activity would have drastic effects on workers in the fishery sector, and thus he would like vessel operators to collaborate with all sectors to avoid impacting domestic consumption and exports. He also suggested that fishery associations merge into larger groups to make it easier for assistance measures to be provided and in order to allow workers of docked vessels to remain employed. At Bang Nak Market in Narathiwat City, seafood sellers said catch has dwindled after some fishermen in Pattani stopped going to sea and local fishermen were bringing in less fish than before. At Kok Matu Market in Pisnulok City, prices of seafood items have gone up slightly in correspondence that the lower amount of available catch, while marine fish has disappeared completely from the market. Consumers have also expressed their intention to halt seafood consumption if prices continue to increase. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha has called on the public to patiently await social reconciliation while urging related sectors to work hard towards unity. During the government's TV talk program, Prime Minister Prayut affirmed that the government was trying its best to solve political and social conflicts, but explained that these problems were difficult to resolve within a short period of time, as they stem from many complicated factors. The Prime Minister stressed it was vital for all sectors to combine their efforts to create sustainable peace in the society. The Prime Minister commented that sectors in charge of defense, the peacemaking and democratic processes, Constitution and laws need to streamline their tasks to reduce complication in administration. General Prayut disclosed that the National Legislative Assembly was studying all over 300 laws aimed at ensuring peace while calling on teen students not to be swayed by misleading information. To give all sides a fair hearing, the Premier said the government had launched a new TV program inviting academics, politicians, former ministers and lawmakers to discuss different topics regarding the government's performance. The program debuted on July the 1st. Members of the National Legislative Assembly are set to convene on Thursday to deliberate the draft of the amended Civil Procedure Code. NLA President Pornphet Wichit Cholachai has ordered NLA members to convene at 10 a.m. on Thursday for the 42nd meeting of the NLA in year 2015. The main agenda of the meeting will be the deliberation of the Civil Procedure Code's draft amendment dealing with the selling of condominium units and housing estate plots. The amendment was proposed by the Cabinet. The legislatures will also go over reports on the performance of the National Broadcasting and Telecommunications Commission and the proposed improvement of local administrative organizations' budget management efficiency. They will also consider extending the time allotted to the NLA committee studying urban planning and use of space, as well as the time allotted for the deliberation of a draft amendment to the Civil Procedure Code dealing with case transfers to the Civil Court and service of pleadings. The Ministry of Public Health is pushing ahead with its plan to set up farmer health clinics in all district health promotion centers across the country to cope with the rapid jump of chemical-induced illnesses in farmers. Public Health Minister Dr. Ratchata Nawin said that the setting up of farmer health clinics countrywide was aimed at reducing health risk of agriculturists caused by chemical exposure and helping the sick ones. The clinics have been open in nearly 20% of the district health centers. Between the year 2010 and 2012, the number of farmers sickened by pest control substances jumped by more than 4 times, or from 1,800 to 8,000. Health effects of chemical exposure include eye and skin irritation, headaches, muscle pain, nausea, and shortness of breath. Long-term exposure could lead to cancer, impotence, and paralysis. Meanwhile, the Disease Control Department has distributed handbooks giving farmers safety guidelines on the use of pest control substances. Moving on, the Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation said drought problems in 27 out of 40 affected provinces have abated thanks to the efforts of different agencies. According to Department of Disaster Prevention and Mitigation Director General Thatchai Promlert, 13 provinces across the country remain heavily affected by the prolonged dry season. The situation in many provinces has eased as provincial interior officers, the military and related agencies mobilize their resources to come up with emergency measures, including the dispatch of water trucks to severely affected communities, the survey of new water sources, the rain enhancement operations, and the launch of discount product fairs, said Mr. Thatchai. A low-pressure trough which has reached the Gulf of Tangia will cause rainfalls in the upper north and upper northeast, while a southwestern monsoon will bring thunder showers to the western part of the north, the south, and the central regions during this period. It is expected that the forthcoming cloudbursts will help alleviate the impact of the dry season. Meanwhile, the Department of Royal Rainmaking and Agricultural Aviation has reported that the cloud seeding operations in Nakhon Sawan and Chiang Mai provinces during the past few days have been fairly successful in bringing rains to target areas. In the central region, the rainmaking missions led to scattered thunder showers in farming areas along the Chao Phraya River, as well as adding water to Pasak Cholasit Dam. In the north, rains in Lamphun province raised the water level of Phumipon Dam, while downpours in Nan province brought runoff to Sirikit Dam. However, the Director General of the Department of Royal Rainmaking and Agricultural Aviation, Warawut Kantiyanan, said the increase in water levels of the main dams led by the rain enhancement operations had yet to be significant enough to solve the drought crisis, as the soil in affected zones remain parched. In the northeast, the rain-making operations were of little success due to the region's lack of humidity. Nevertheless, the department said the next cloud seeding mission in the northeast should be more fruitful, as a southwestern monsoon was expected to be on its way to the central region and the northeast in the next 3 to 4 days. Now going to Songkhla, people in Songkhla are buying bicycles to participate in the government-sponsored Bike for Mom activity. Bicycle trade in the province during this period is more bustling than last year due to this event. Bicycle shops in Hat Yai district display various types of bicycles in front of their shops for customers to choose. Shop owners said many people in the district were buying new bicycles since they were going to join in the Bike for Mom event, a grand bike ride to celebrate Her Majesty the Queen's 83rd birthday on the 12th of August 2015. The activity helped promote cycling as a means of transportation within the province. The bike shop owner said that is, after the activity's registration was open, a lot of people in Hat Yai showed their interest to buy a new bike, resulting in an increase in the sales in the district this year. The Golden Jubilee Museum Agricultural Office is holding a self-sufficiency market fair to showcase Thai farmers' wisdom. The fair features an exhibition of Thai farmers, local wisdom, and agricultural innovation, and offers a forum for different agricultural groups to share their experience and knowledge of sustainable agriculture. The event also gives visitors the opportunity to take part in activities aimed at promoting self-reliance, such as vegetable gardening workshop. They will in addition be able to shop for local food, organic vegetables, and other quality products produced by agricultural groups across the country. The fair is being held at the Golden Jubilee Museum of Agriculture in Pathum Thani province. A mobile blue flag fair is being held in Mueang district of Trat province, in which locals can purchase a number of essential items at discounted prices. The campaign in Trat was jointly launched by the Provincial Administration Office, the Internal Trade Office and the Trat Royal Thai Marine Corps. Eggs, cooking oil, sugar and 5 kilogram bagged rice were on offer at 50% discount, whereas detergent, soap, toothpaste, shampoo, fish sauce, canned fish and instant noodle were available at 30% off the market price. A large number of the locals availed themselves of the offers. According to officials, the campaign is part of the government's efforts in assisting drought-affected locals, adding that the mobile blue flag unit will also be held in 21 other sub-districts of Trat before July 23rd. Residents of southern Yala province are getting ready to celebrate Hari Raya, the feast of breaking the fast. Thai Muslims have been seen flocking to the trade district in the center of Yala province, where families have been busy shopping for new clothes and accessories for the upcoming of the Hari Raya festival or Eid. The festival, which celebrates the end of fasting, is scheduled to take place in fewer than 10 days. Local merchants said that shopping has become lively since last Friday, when residents of several districts within the province traveled to select new personal belongings. The Shikul Islam Office of Thailand has informed all Muslims to observe the moon on Thursday, July 16 after the sunset. If the moon can be observed the following day, which is July 17, it will be Eid day. But if the moon cannot be observed, the Eid will instead be on July 18. And that's the end of today's section of Thailand Moves Forward. We'll now take a quick break, also taking a look at the exchange rates and commodity prices. Newsline will return with ASEAN and beyond and other global news.
To maintain a strong nation, Thailand is promoting 12 core values for the good of the people. Third core value: being grateful to parents and teachers.
This is Thailand at large. The show which is about to take you to the new experiences with the exciting stories.
With charming fascination. With a touch of Thainess.
Let's join us on NBT World. Explore with us and you'll know and love Thailand even more than before.
Even if we don't see them, they are amongst us. And they're hungry. Slay your power-sucking monsters. Take their power away. Think when you plug.
Physical connectivity, institutional connectivity, and people-to-people connectivity. The power to turn this region into a strong community. Witness the interconnectivity between the 10 Southeast Asian countries in ASEAN Connect via these channels.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. A Privy Councillor has praised the practice of traditional medicine and spoken of the need to promote alternative medicine further. Privy Councillor Dr. Kasem Wattanachai said that a large number of Thai physicians have travelled to study traditional medicine in China through the support from the Chinese embassy during the past 20 years. Dr. Kasem's comment was heard during his chairing of a conference to mark 2 decades of the Huoqiao TCM clinic. He said that as Chinese traditional medicine has been continuously developed and gained recognition from all over the world, particularly in the area of herbal use, there has been an increasing need for suitable doctors who are both knowledgeable and ethical so that people from all walks of life will have an access to it. Dr. Kasem added that Thailand has set up the Department for Development of Thai Traditional and Alternative Medicine to develop alternative medicine of Thailand and China in order to enable local medical personnel to be sufficiently capable and accepted around the world. The Huoqiao TCM Clinic Director, Aram Iemsuri, said patients have continued to visit the clinic since its conception due to the recognition in the skills of its personnel and the efficiency of all treatments. In addition to being a clinic, the facility has also been used as a center to train and promote Chinese traditional medicine. Now let's have a look at Greece. Greek Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras hailed a no vote in Sunday's referendum on a bailout offer and said his government was ready to return immediately to negotiations with creditors in a bid to get shuttered banks open again. Greeks overwhelmingly rejected conditions of a rescue package from creditors on Sunday, throwed the future of the country's Eurozone membership into further doubt and deepening a standoff with lenders. Thousands of jubilant Greeks waving flags and bursting firecrackers poured into Athens' central square as officials' figures show 61% of Greeks had rejected a deal that would have imposed more austerity measures on an already ravaged economy. Dismissing talk that the referendum was effectively a vote on whether Greece stays in the euro, Tsipras said the mandate that Greeks had given him was to reach a viable solution rather than clash with Europe. Tsipras said he would ask Greece's president to summon a meeting of political party leaders to brief them on the situation. Greece had been locked in negotiations with its creditors for months when the Greek government unexpectedly called a referendum on the terms it was being offered. Banks have been shut and capital controls in place since last Monday, after the European Central Bank declined to give Greece more emergency funding. Withdrawals at cash machines have been limited at 60 euros per day. Greece's latest bailout expired on Tuesday, and Greece missed a 1.6 billion euro payment to the IMF. Greek banks are desperately in need of a lender of last resort to save them and the Greek economy. And to say no banker or central banker to the country has been given, it proves that Greece will still have to struggle, or if the negotiations will take place as we see as it pans out in the day. Moving on, South Korea's health ministry on Sunday reported an additional case of Middle East respiratory syndrome, or MERS, bringing the total number of cases to 186. Among 37 MERS patients who were undergoing treatment, 25 were in stable condition and the other 12 were in an unstable condition, according to Jang Eun-kyung, South Korean Director of Disease Prevention Center at Korea Center for Disease Control and Prevention. No deaths have been reported over the last 5 days. The health ministry said that the new case involved a cancer patient who is the wife of another MERS patient. Jong added that the 132nd case, husband of the newly confirmed MERS case, had fully recovered and left hospital on Thursday, July 2nd. The ministry said more than 90 of the 186 MERS cases in South Korea have been traced to the Samsung Medical Center, tarnishing the image of one of the country's most prestigious hospitals. Now to Tunisia. Tunisian President Beji Caid Essebsi declared a state of emergency on Saturday, saying the Islamist militant attack on a beach hotel that killed 38 foreigners had left the country in a state of war. Last week's attack, 3 months after the deadly Islamist assault on the Bardo Museum in Tunis, has shocked the North African country emerging into a democracy following its 2011 Arab Spring uprising. Tunisia's emergency laws temporarily give the government more executive flexibility, hand the army and police more authority, and restrict certain rights such as those dealing with public assembly and detention. A Tunisian gunman said to have been trained in a jihadist camp across the border in Libya opened fire, killing foreign tourists, mostly Britons, in the resort of Sousse on June 26. The beach massacre struck a huge blow to Tunisia's tourism industry, prompting thousands of holiday makers to leave and causing an estimated $500 million in losses for a sector that makes up 7% of the economy. And we end with this interesting news. Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest in New York isn't the only American eating competition on the past 4th of July. Key West, Florida played host to the annual key lime pie eating contest on the 4th of July as well. Competitors with an appetite for the Florida Key signature dessert lined up to try their luck at devouring an entire pie topped with mounds of whipped cream faster than the competition without using their hands. Participants' faces were covered in whipped cream, with some barely able to see through the gooey and tart confection. Believed to have originated in Key West in the late 1800s, key lime pie is Florida's official pie, sanctioned by the Florida State Legislature in 2006. Its primary ingredients are condensed milk, egg yolks, and the juice of the tiny yellow key lime, with the creamy filling typically nestled in a graham cracker crust and topped with whipped cream or meringue. Well, that's it for today's edition of Newsline. Thank you very much for joining us this morning. If you do have any suggestions or comments, please email them to us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. Well, you can also follow us on Facebook by typing in NNT in the search box. You can have a check at what's going on in the local news segment while we report the news that's happening in the country. And our website is thainews.prd.go.th/newseng. That's another channel. Okay, today we end the program still with the 4th of July celebrations. We'll take a look at the fireworks display lighting up the skies of New York City. I'm Chalapan Sanarula. We'll see you again tomorrow. Have a good one. Sawasdee ka.